What up, peeps? It's your girl Josh coming back to you for Real Takes. It's that time again, you guys. It's the weekend movie news, and I have quite a bit to discuss. Some stuff that is actually coming out, some stuff that's been pushed back, and then just things going on, in good old Hollywood. Now, let me jump in first and foremost before I jump into actual stuff that's going to be taking place. Let me just go ahead and throw out there about some situations that are happening on a couple of movies that are going to be coming out as opposed to later this year or early next year has been pushed back or delayed. Now, there's a couple of them. We have, of course, Alita Battle Angel. We have Dark Phoenix. We have Gambit and Hellboy. Now, let me tell you, the one that sticks out the most to me, which really hurts a little bit to me, is Alita Battle Angel. I was so hyped to see this movie in December. I was not happy when I heard that was one of the pictures that had been pushed back. Now, I noted the date, so I'm going to discuss it in a second. Secondly, Dark Phoenix. We just had a release of the trailer at the wee hours of the morning, due to the fact that Sophie Turner was doing, I think, the Late Late Show for James Corden. Now, I enjoyed the trailer for what it was, and some people, didn't take too kindly with the way they're doing the storyline for Dark Phoenix, and it's all great and good, whatever. I don't know if they're feeling the pushback for some people with the way it was done. Secondly, it was considered an official trailer, which I found rather funny, being that this was supposed to have come out in February, and we're getting an official trailer. I thought we were going to get a teaser, so I was kind of taken aback by that. Secondly, we have another one, Gambit. I'm not banking too much on that one, but instead of it supposedly coming out, next June or whatever, it's been pushed back to the following year. And then don't even get me started with Hellboy. So yeah, let me go ahead and give the dates, and I'm gonna go ahead and get in a little bit more of my rant. Now, the first one I said is Alita Battle Angel. That was supposed to come out in December. I want to say right around the Christmas time. Now the date has now been pushed back to February of 2019. Not too far away, but nonetheless, whichever. Second one, of course, I said X-Men Dark Phoenix. That was supposed to come out in June. February of 2019 has been pushed to June of 2019. Then Gambit supposedly was supposed to come out in June of 2019. Kind of hard to do that when you have no director and no overall script or anything, but whatever. Now it's been pushed back to March of 2020, which seems rather realistic for them, being that they need to get the director, figure out what's going on with that script. You only have Channing Tatum assigned to this movie. I don't know what you all thought you were going to do with that. He's supposed to do all the behind the scenes as well as in front, whatever. And then for Hellboy, that was supposed to come out in January. 2019 has been pushed to April. Now, my thing, again, you already know how I feel about Alita. I was really looking forward to it because we already had seen the trailer, back in October of last year. Got all excited, looked really good. And then when they showed us another trailer, I was getting very hyped because I'm like, okay. But what was really funny to me, because they're claiming since it didn't have a lot of marketing, a lot of promotion, whose fault is that? That's not our fault. And because of that, you all didn't do. What I'm not understanding is why they didn't come out during San Diego Comic-Con. I don't understand why they didn't showcase it or anything. I don't know. It could have been also because of the CGI. That's a possibility, and that's fine. Okay, if that's the case, then just say that. Don't use promotion, whatever, as an excuse as to why you all decided to push it back even more. There's nothing. I'm not hearing any words. It's almost like, they didn't get the feedback, or they weren't getting enough, excitement from people. With all these other movies out here who always constantly showing a TV spot and everything else known to man, you ought to know how to do press or marketing or have something set up for you all to market. I mean, damn near Robert Rodriguez and James Cameron are attached. With the amount of marketing he does for any of his movies, you're going to tell me y'all didn't know how to go about doing that? I'm not even here for that. That's some BS. Now, Hellboy, they don't have really no excuse. I already talked about them last week. They are going to be at the New York Comic Con, which is October 4th through the 7th. Now, I was figuring once they did that, we would eventually get a trailer. I'm okay, cool. We'll be ready to go. No, I hear this week that now it's been pushed back till April, since they had never done any promotion for it whatsoever. You've not been hearing anything for David Harbour, nothing. So that's kind of where we are now with that. I'm like this. There's so much stuff coming out in 2019. It's ridiculous. And I mean, I'm happy for that. I love movies. So that's, just the criminal crime, and it's the excitement of anybody who's a moviegoer or movie buff, fine. But the fact that some of this stuff had the potential to come out this year, I'm mad that Alita Battle Angel didn't come out in July like it should have come. That was perfect, because it really wasn't that much competition. The only thing would have been just the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible, and it's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it is what it is. He has his, built-in fan base, and a lot of us like the franchise. Secondly, other than that, there was nothing else. They could have made some good daggone money. So there's a few things I think coming out around February. They better make some good money, because once March comes, it's Captain America time, and it's going to be done. It's a wrap. it will be a wrap. They'll probably make a little bit, maybe push down for maybe one or two spots on the list of the top 10, but they will be well under, because once that movie comes out, it's done. It's done. So I just don't understand that. Hellboy, I'm hoping that trailer is on par for making us wait this long. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, as time went by, I started to forget that I was expecting Hellboy, because of course they didn't give no press. Gambit, whatever. Dark Phoenix, they were hasty with the trailer. If this is what you all had planned to do and you all didn't get the responsive feedback, then you should have never put it out to begin with, because I don't think they know what they're doing. Secondly, with the reshoots that they had recently had to do, that lets me know they were not ready to let us see the movie. And I think they got a little pushback from the trailer. The trailer, in some ways, gives an idea of what they're trying to do, but in some cases, it was kind of a little bit all over the place. Secondly, a lot of people didn't like the costumes, things about it. It's just a lot of people, and everybody's going to nitpick. It's just what it is. Nobody's going to ever be satisfied, and that's the nature of people and their opinions, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like they did jump the gun. You were ready to do February. You were supposed to do this year, that and New Mutant, and then they pushed it back at the end of the year, and then we got pushed back to 2019. Now we're getting pushed back into the summer, going into the summer. It's like, make up your mind. Figure out what you all are doing, because they're just killing me with that. It's just so freaking annoying. So I just had to get that off my chest first and foremost before I get into some other actual news about stuff. This constantly pushing things back, whatever, you're not hearing enough with it and all that, then you know what? You all need to get better at putting that stuff out there like that. So, but moving on, you guys. Now, speaking of putting out some stuff. I like that I'm seeing more and more stuff from the set for Joker. As you all know, last week I showed you a clip of him showing him how he looked, kind of looking a little frail, whatever, just in his regular, face, no makeup. Then, of course, we saw a looping, kind of like, a loop of a picture of him in face of what we consider the Joker face. And I was like, the color looks, pretty good. It is what it is. But then I'll say the one that kind of sold me a little bit more was the scene in the subway area where he comes out in full, face and costume, with the suit, the colors and all that. And the people amongst him, behind him, are fighting with, somebody's down on the ground. You see all the people, the standby, bystanders and everything was really done really well, that it kind of, piqued my interest, and I'm down for it. I already said I'm going to see the movie, so I'm not even worried about that. So it's just a given. The cast, Joaquin's very method-like, so I can see they're going to do what they need to do to bring this to life. Todd Phillips has something in mind, and I think he's going to be able to bring that forth in the movie with this literally stellar cast. Now, the new picture that's come out, it shows Joaquin in a clown costume. You see him kind of sitting on some sort of small little bench. Now, they're claiming that supposedly he goes out, trying to, wow the people with, his comedic, comedian types of attributes, whatever, and all that, and it kind of falls short. So he probably starts to don the clown suit, have ways of doing comedy and being very funny and caricature with that, whichever, and then it kind of takes on a life of itself. They don't know how this part will play in to him doing the Joker, but these are things that are being put out there. So I don't know if they're trying to feed some of the fan base and seeing how they're feeling with these different characters, because that could just be one part that makes him delve into the scene, similar to what he's going to be doing in the movie with that scene in the subway where he sees the potential of what he can do with his full makeup on, playing the Joker amongst causing chaos in Gotham. So I'm down for that. That looks like it's going to be interesting, and I just tell you, I'm looking forward to them showing the other cast members in character as well. I want to see Robert De Niro. I want to see a little bit more of Zazie Beetz. I want to see more of Francis Corbin. I want to see more people showcase, not just him. We know the potential of what they can do for him, but I want to see how Robert De Niro looks in his part playing the father, and Francis playing the mother. So hopefully as time goes on, we'll see a little bit more. But I can tell they're enjoying putting these pictures out, as much as some people probably like, no. But then it's like, you get an idea. This movie does not come out till late next year. We are basically, honestly, we are going to be in October. We're about to be in October tomorrow. So a year from now is when we're going to see the movie. So them giving us a little bit of this is fine. Hopefully it won't show us too much more after maybe the holiday time, whatever, and it'll just kind of just go under the radar and just go ahead and get this movie done, because I feel like when Comic-Con comes for it, we're going to see a lot, and it's going to be awesome. I feel like they're going to give us a great trailer for us to just dig our teeth into, to critique. Some people nitpick. All the good stuff, whatever. I'm here for it. So I just want to kind of throw that out there, you guys. As more updates with Joker comes out, you already know how I do. So moving on. Now, speaking of more stuff in regards to DCU and Sony. I'm looking forward to this one more so, Morbius. I know Jared Leto, of course, is at the helm. He is the lead. I'm so excited because one of the producers, his name is Matt Tolmick. He's a producer for Venom. He's also attached to this movie, whatever, know that. They are already in the midst of production. After Venom comes out in October, they're already enthralled, whatever. If you have not been noticing, you haven't seen Jared Leto, he's already in the midst of doing the production for this particular movie. I love vampire movies, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I'm looking forward to him. He's a method actor as well, like I said, like Joaquin Phoenix, so he's going to definitely dig his teeth, no pun intended, into this particular role. Because basically, when I look at him, it's like his character is considered like a healer who eventually, turns and becomes a monster. So it's like, him battling, himself and what he's now become, knowing what he used to be, whichever. When I discussed this a couple of weeks ago, how I'm looking forward to seeing him evolve in his character, how he becomes that monster. Then secondly, the woman in the love of his life who eventually ends up being turned. I'm hoping that this does so well that they do a sequel and then they kind of go into more detail about her story along lines of him knowing that she becomes, entangled in his life now as that monster, and she gets caught up in this and she ends up being turned. Whoever is the one that turned her might not be his character. I don't think it was, from what the comic was stating. But I'm looking forward to this now. Leto's schedule is certainly going to be rather busy. You already know they said the script for Joker, and Harley is done. So I don't know if he has that planned afterwards. You already know they're going to be doing Suicide Squad 2. That script is done. All these things are being pushed back. So after he finishes Morbius, I'm not sure where the helm is going to be taking shape for him for what else he has next going on, because he does have those two set in line just to know who's going to be doing what, because we already know Margot Robbie is already in the midst of doing Birds of Prey. She's already working on that. So I'm just looking forward to knowing more about Morbius and seeing how they portray the character, and I hope they keep it close enough to the comics as much as they can to showcase, to bring this movie to light, whatever. But like I said, I really feel like the fan art that I've seen that's been done, to show him in character looks so good. So the potential is truly there. So, but yes, I'm definitely, like Natty said, production definitely begins, and I want to note it in November. So yes, we're right around the corner. I don't have an actual date. They have not showed a date for when this actually comes out. This all falls in line with the merger still too, because a lot of them are trying to put these movies out prior to the merger. So if they're already are being done, whatever and all that, is almost kind of licensing them to finish them up, whatever and all that, and they can be something that can be definitely put out into the theaters, whichever. But it's going to be real interesting next year when this merger fully goes through, whichever, and see what really happens to a lot of stuff that's trying to be, well, not to say ram through, in some ways kind of, in regards to production, trying to get it out there so it can, be, for us good movie buffs and viewers to watch, whichever. So when I find out about a date for this one, I'll let you guys know. But like I stated, November of this year is when production starts, and I'm excited. I'm hoping they show us a little bit of him in character. They might keep that one sealed. They might not want to show it already, but if they do, like they're doing with the Joker, they kind of get a lot of the feel for people just to kind of see how people are feeling with it. Then they might do that because they want this to be a good enough excitement to appeal to us to make us go to the theaters. This must be another way they're trying to do it to, fill out their fans and see if these people are like, I don't like this. Oh, that looks really good. And like, okay, it looks like a lot of people are really feeling this. Okay, we're going to stick with this look and probably, tweak a couple of things here and there, whatever, to give it the real overall, reveal, so to speak. So, but moving on from that. Speaking of another one, this is one I talked about earlier in the year, even late last year, fall, winter, but earlier in the year. It's about Silver and Black. Now, this is a movie I'm definitely want to see. These are characters that are from the comics for Spider-Man, and I was excited. We're already getting all these different female-led comic book, movies that they're trying to put into works. Like I said, Birds of Prey. I wanted Gotham City Sirens, but I'll take the Birds of Prey. It is what it is. Of course, excitement with how things happen with Wonder Woman. Then we have Captain Marvel getting ready to come out next year. So now with this particular one, Gina Prince Plywood was attached. Now she is involved with a couple of different shows, one of them being Cloak and Dagger, which is on Netflix, very good show, and she's amidst of dealing with the script, whichever. Now, of course, again, producer Matt Tolmick is attached to this, whatever, and he recently did an actual interview where he discussed it, and let me kind of get into that. He was just like, in the interview, they'd asked him, how far along are we with Silver and Black? And he says, working on it. And he says, they ask him, so still working on the script, making sure you all get all the kinks out? He's like, yes. Yes, Gina Prince of Blackwood is right. The script's gotta be right. It's true with all of these movies, and that is true. Yes, they are. They are saying that is. I agree. They had us excited for this, but then it kept getting pushed back. First they were talking about starting on this, discussion back in February about this starting in June. Then all of a sudden it got scrapped. Now this is coming up again. This is the first we're hearing about it for after so many months, and I'm kind of glad. So that means it's not off the back burner. I think with all the potential, like I said, with these female-led characters coming to the forefront, they're finally seeing, you know what, we might be able to do this, and I'm hoping so. Since they're saying the script is being worked on and those kinks are being taken out, that will be interesting. Now I can't think of off the top who could play the characters, so I can't really go there. But the potential of them having a good full-fledged casting out for this one, and a lot of people, being intrigued with this, that would be great. um, I want to know more. I'm hoping it's done, maybe if not at the end of this year, by early next year, to see where this one will fall into line with the other movies that are coming out. They got to get their placement for this, because it seems like a lot of these Hollywood movie companies are trying to find the niche of where to pick for movie releases. Because as I said, you already know how I felt about the delays and the times that they're using for the new release dates, whatever. They're probably trying to figure out if the script's done okay, then we got to figure out where is this going to fall in and tie in with everything else they're trying to put out. Where is it going to be where it's going to get its just due in the theaters, where people can really enjoy this, whatever, and sink their teeth into it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them giving some more on this, but I'm looking forward to knowing if Gina's going to come on more, because at first they were talking about her might be, behind the scenes with the directing, as well as making sure, the screenwriters, the writing for the script is done well, whatever. I hope she ends up having a little bit more say in this particular movie, if they are definitely planning to do this, and I'm thinking they are. They're just trying not to talk about it too much, but just knowing that it's now being discussed, and a couple interviews lets me know that it's not going to be scrapped, and that's really what I wanted, because I was hyped to know more about this at the time, and I was getting excited, but when they got rid of it for a minute and it just kind of went completely ghost, I wasn't sure. So, but that's fine. So like I said, more updates on that one. Look forward to bringing you all this one, because it's one of those ones I'm really looking forward to hearing more about. So, but speaking of female-led. Speaking of Gal Gadot, she is actually going to be in what looks like to be the follow-up to Murder on the Orient Express. Now, this is the one that Kenneth want to say Branagh is attached to. It's called Death of the Now. I'm looking forward to seeing her, flex her muscles in another area, as opposed to always being, an action type of movies. I can say for Gal Gadot, I of course became aware of her when she, of course, did a couple of the was a Fast and Furious franchise. And of course she did, Keeping Up with the Joneses. And of course you already know her from Batman versus Superman, and definitely from Wonder Woman. So I'm glad to see she's moving to other things. She's working on that. And she's also working on another series that's going to be on called Hedy Lamarr. I'm hearing word on that as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what she's going to do in this particular movie. It's going to be considered more of like a period type of movie, with that one being that it's called, Death of the Now. And then with Kenneth Branagh being attached to it, I'm a very fan of some of his work going back a long couple of decades, whatever. No, he's a great actor and of course a great director. So that's nice to know she's getting some other roles. So not to say she's going to be typecast, but she will always definitely be remembered for Wonder Woman. But it's nice to see her doing some other things, so she doesn't feel like she's going to get pigeoned, into one particular character she's played, whichever. And all that. Some people can't help that. As long as they embrace it and they love it and all that, they can always do other things. She'll be fine, whichever. So this movie is slated for December 20 of next year. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff coming out in 19 now. So, and plus, which is interesting, she has Wonder Woman and she has this, so she's going to be a busy bee. I'm like, there you go. A lot of press for her. Wow, my goodness. Back-to-back movies for 2 different months. Go gal. So, but yes, moving on. Now, this is one of those ones that I'm looking forward to and I'm excited to see. There's a picture flowing out with Tom Hanks where he is in full costume, playing the lovable character, lovable person, Mr. Rogers. I grew up with Mr. Rogers. He's one of those ones. He's just he just encompass and embody, just a beautiful spirit. Won't you be my neighbor? Just sometimes when I look at it now, it does make me emotional. When I was a kid, I would just watch it for what it was, and just seeing the nostalgia of it all, him, soft spoken, that smile, and the picture that is out and about with Tom Hanks looks so eerie. He definitely has it down pat down to that red sweater, and I'm excited to see this movie. Now, let me kind of read up on this one. The way they have this listed, it says the main crux of the narrative of the movie will follow the dynamic between Rogers and his journalist Tom Junod, played by Matthew Reeves, who is tasked with writing a profile on Rogers for a magazine, being sold as a timely story of kindness triumphing over cynicism. I feel like, yeah, they're going to portray him, very well. I don't know if it's any part of his life with his family having any type of a say in regards how he's being portrayed, whatever. Nothing's kind of come out about that, and it's fine either or. They'll probably make sure they do his character, his life story justice with that. I definitely want to keep my eyes out. I don't know. We do have a date because I wanted to note the date. Again, a lot of stuff coming out next year. This comes out in October of next year, October 18th to be exact. I wonder if a lot of people are going to go see this. I think a lot of people probably will, especially with their kids, because it's Mr. Rogers. You never know. I could be wrong. It can be mostly adults, but it depends. The way they market this, the way the trailer's set up, to see if a lot of people are really feeling this. But like I said, Tom Hanks can do no wrong in my eyes. That man is one of my favorites. I've been watching him, for over 30 years, really almost 40 to be quite honest with you. So I'm looking forward to seeing his take on playing this, lovely, iconic, gentleman, and going to task and just doing him, proper with his portrayal. So, but yes, I just want to put that one out there. Won't you be my neighbor? Oh, I hope I don't tear up. I just feel like the floodgates will come out when I go see that. But anyway, speaking of another movie, I talked about this a couple weeks ago. This is in regards to Kingsman. You already know Taron Egerton and then Colin Firth, of course. This will be for Kingsman 3 and also the prequel. Now, for this one, we have two new people. Well, not two new, but two new people. Ralph Fiennes. And then his other one is Harris Dickinson. Now, Ralph Fiennes will be considered in the Kingsman 3. And I'm looking forward to that. Now, for Harris, he'll be in the prequel. He'll be playing a younger version of Harry Hart. I'm looking forward to that because I love that we're going to get more of an understanding of how everything came to be, how Harry carries himself, him going out finding new recruits, whichever. I enjoyed the first two. I didn't see the first one at the theaters. I watched it when it came out. So when the second one did come out, I did go see that one. I really enjoyed it, and I love all the different characters that were in it. Of course, Channing Tatum's in that one. I love that they introduced us to Halle Berry. I'm looking forward to seeing she's going to be in the third installment. That looks like that will be good because of the way they left it, the possibilities of her being brought on board, in the room, whatever, and all that was a nice scene. And just seeing what the character with Taron is going to, bring to the table. And of course, he's now a married man, so that's going to be very interesting seeing the dynamic with him doing his work unbeknownst to his wife's parents, not knowing, what he really does. Of course, his now wife will kind of has an inkling what's going on with him, but probably not just too much an extent, whatever. But just the shenanigans of it all should be really fun. So, but yes, I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. Now they're calling it Kingsman 3, of course, and then a prequel will be called The Great Game. So I'm looking forward to them. I know Taron Egerton just finished doing the biopic. I think they're doing for what is it? Elton John. I saw a picture of that. He really does look like him with the glasses, Oh, wow. It's like, yeah, he's a busy guy. He finished a production on that. He's getting ready to start press very soon for the new Robin Hood with Jamie Foxx. So yeah, that brother, he's another one of those ones who stays busy. He stays doing a lot of stuff. So I'm, wishing him well on this one. Don't know when the production will start. This one is slated for November of 2019. You see how much stuff's coming out in 2019 in November alone. There's so much stuff coming out next year. It truly is ridiculous, you guys. So, but yes, also to verify who's going to be playing the younger Harry, he's also in the movie Darkest Minds, if anybody saw that. Also, he's going to be in Maleficent 2 with Angelina Jolie. So yeah, he's kind of getting his name out there. By the time this comes out, he'll probably be well known a little bit more, and that's a good thing, whichever and all. And this is a nice little movie to be a part of this particular franchise to kind of get that face out more visible. So that's actually a good thing. So good kudos to Harris. And Ralph Fiennes, I can't say enough about him. I love him ever since The English Patient. Really before that, but that's the one that sealed it for me with him. So I can't say nothing about him. He can't do no wrong in my eyes. Now this is a movie I'm really excited to see and hear more about. At the helm of this, playing the lead, is James Franco. He's going to be doing The Multiple Man. I had not heard about this. I'm not familiar with the comics about this, but this is something that definitely has me excited to hear about. He, of course, is, like I said, cast as the lead. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do now. Simon Kingberg is attached to this as well. If you all know, he's attached to directing Dark Phoenix. He is the director for that. So he kind of, it's been, talking a couple of interviews, and this came up in that. IGN spoke with him, and let me just state what he says. He says, Multiple Man is still a project they're developing. Kingberg updated Multiple Man's status by saying the script is being worked on right now. Looking forward to that. Now, from what I'm stating, this is a person who has these certain powers where he can multiply himself through physical contact, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I think so. That right there has definitely me intrigued, because I'm curious to see, in what, particular, what's the word I want to say? In particular instances, in regards to contact, what is going to, how is it going to, happen, also want to know who's going to be considered maybe the protagonist villain in this movie. I'm looking forward to whoever else will be cast in this movie. Is Simon Kimber, I'm assuming, might be the director on this one, since he's the one that's discussing this. Hint. I know he's attached to a Gambit, so I don't put too much stake into that one. But yeah, I'll go along with this one, because one thing I can say for certain, most of the time when James Franco is attached to things, most of them are in production or are in the midst of it, or have already been, finishing complete for his work. He's another one who stays busy. That brother right there is, every time I turn around, he's in another movie. I know he's on the show The Deuces, so he's kind of doing his own thing and doing very well. He's another one I like. He's very method at times as well. So kudos to him. I look forward to knowing more about this film. I'm excited to see what the potential, what they can do for this. And then also, once the script is done, is being worked on, where does this fall in line with when they're trying to release this as well? That will be interesting. They want to pick a perfect month for people to go see this. And secondly, I'm hoping, if the script's almost done and it's, they're trying to do things sometime by probably spring 2019 is complete, they can start kind of, getting certain things done. So maybe 2020, I'm just putting my, thoughts of what I think they could possibly do with that. And I really hope they do. That would be perfect. So, but yes, guys, once I know more, you already know, you'll know more. Now, speaking of a movie I talked about last week, this has to do with the movie starring Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I discussed how this is a mysterious, no title for this yet, like a mysterious type of sci-fi type of thriller movie. Still no title, still attached to Netflix, but we do have another person that's been cast in this movie, and her name, if I'm mistaken, let me get her name right, Dominique Fishback. She actually, I'm getting familiar with her now. She's on the show, as I just discussed, The Deuces. She is doing her thing. She's another one who has a very major lead role on the show, on top of James Franco, and also Maggie, Gyllenhaal. I never say that name correctly. Excuse me, you guys. But I'm excited for her. Yes, for her. She's been doing a lot. I had to know some of the shows she's been on that I have not watched. Now, I know from the Americans, yes. Don't watch Blue Bloods, and then she was on the show The Nick. So yeah, she's kind of been around for a little bit. Building up her, her craft and just doing other shows with her and all that. So of course, eventually getting The Deuces, and now she's getting some other lead roles where she's going to be in movies. So I'm happy for her. I'm looking forward to knowing more about this. I know, like I said, Netflix is doing their thing. I love that they're putting out great TV and movies on their with their company. I'm just looking forward to seeing what this will be titled. And I'm looking forward to seeing, other characters that might be coming on board. I don't know. I'm assuming Jamie Foxx and Joseph might be the good guys in this. I don't know if one of them is a good guy and one's a bad guy. Just like I said, more updates as it comes along, whichever. But I'm happy for Dominique. She's, getting some more movies out there and just kind of, building up her stuff. So, but yes, speaking of other stuff, it looks like my buddy Will is doing his thing. He has something else he's trying to line up that they're in talks to do, not sure, what's happening. But like I said, they've been in meetings, whatever, and it's a consideration that's going to happen. He is definitely looking at doing a spinoff for Deadshot. Now, I'm all for that, but I'm like, can we slow our roll and get some of these other movies done? But that's exciting to me because I know, as he stated, he spoke with them. They spoke to him recently. As you all know, he's, doing bungee jump, over the Grand Canyon. Happy belated birthday, Will. Also, he already has in the works of the movies I already told you all about. Of course, he's getting ready to start production on Bad Boys 3. Then after that, Bright 2. And then after that should be Suicide Squad. I don't know where Deadshot's going to fall into that. It will definitely be pushed back for a minute because, if I'm not mistaken, like I said, Suicide Squad 2 will be next. And then somewhere in the midst of that, I don't know if they're going to be doing Anything prior to that, if they don't start on it right away, where's Joker and Harley start, and then the other movies they're working on, like Birds of Prey, whichever, like I said earlier in this video. But he likes it, and let me know what he says. He says the movie, in regards when he responded, I hope so. I love playing Deadshot. I really enjoyed that character. They've been talking about it, so it's a good idea to come, which ideas that have been coming around, excuse me. We've been having meetings, but I love Deadshot. So yes, he's enjoying it. I'm glad he's enjoying it. Like I said, it depends, like, where does it fall in line with their timing for all the other things they have planned, whichever. And that's basically what it boils down to. Are they going to start this production on this after Suicide Squad 2? And that's supposed to be in November of 19 when they start production. So this gets pushed back to 2020. And then is this to come out, 2021, right after they do Suicide Squad 2? So they can go right into that. Because I'm assuming if they're considering Deadshot, it'll be what considered like more of a origin back, showing his flashbacks, anything of his life prior to that. So it's getting to see what happened before he ended up in jail, working, with his crew, all those things, take a part and does resonate, whichever. So we'll have to see. I'm looking forward to more updates on that. Looks forward to seeing if they're discussing it. It's just, like I said, it's in talks. They're having meetings, so nothing's written in stone yet. So definitely have to stay tuned to that one, but good for him, because I let you know Will has stuff back to back. He's a busy boy. Brother's in his 50s and he's not slowing down, and that's awesome. I love that. Now, speaking of not slowing down and just out there working, these two particular gems, I love them. I loved them when they did the first movie for Terminator, and that is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton. I was so excited when I heard news that she was coming on board. I already knew Arnold was on board, and I was already happy about that, but this just sealed the deal for me once Linda Hamilton signed on to do this. Of course, he will be back as an iconic T-800, and I'm looking forward to that. She's coming back after being a part of the franchise, which was for the Judgment Day one, which came out in 1991, so long ago. So this was like a great thing for them to snatch her up and her to come back out and do this. So I'm actually hyped and excited for that. Now, this is just a little back of banter and just nostalgia. She just recently had a birthday, and he showed love. He posted a picture up on his I want to say it might have been his Twitter account, whatever, and all, wishing her happy birthday. And it's a picture of them when it was them a little bit younger, whichever, when they did Judgment Day. And then it shows them, of course, time has passed, whichever. They both still look great. And just, being happy. The respect level for both of them when they do this and all that, and him appreciating her and vice versa, whichever. And it just makes me all excited because I'm looking forward to this one. As you all know, when they were scrapping Terminator 6 and 7, the last one we saw was, what was it, Terminator Genesis, and it was okay for what it was. I know Emilia Clarke was in it, and she did her thing. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one because I feel like I stated a couple months back, how with Arnold and Linda coming back on, this is kind of their last hurrah with this, and they're going to let the new people take over and let them build the franchise from moving on this. So it's almost like they're giving them their blessing, whichever. And it's going to be so sad because the way however they're planning to portray the characters in this to kind of move that along the storyline to move. I just hope it's done very well that we can move it past. It still won't be the same because this is where we started with both of these two particular individuals in the movie who basically made this movie blow up, more so Arnold because of, the aesthetics, his character, the way you carried it, I'll be back, and, all the things, all the little slogans and statements, it's just going to be really hard when they finally do step away from this particular franchise, unless somebody else take charge. But I just love that they have a good bond and friendship, whatever, all these years. So I just wanted to put that out there. So, and also, this comes out, if I'm not mistaken, November of next year. So, like I said, again, look at all this stuff coming out in November of next year. Just next year, period. But November seems like it's lock and loaded. So it's going to be lots of competition. So, but moving on from that, you guys. Now, I talked about this a couple weeks ago, too. I want to say, was it last week? No, the week before. Hearing about Matt Reeves with Batman, him working on script. Of course, script is done. Now we're hearing about word how production will start on maybe coming into summer of next year. That is an exciting thing. Now, Humberto Gonzalez put out another tweet where he was going to discussion, talking about the process, mentioned that Warner Brothers is loving the script that Matt Reeves done. He's still tweaking it a little bit, but I'm excited for this. He makes a comment. He says, the current DC regime is committed to getting this take on the Cape Crusader correct. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the script entails, if they let enough of us know exactly if any recent interviews that Matt Reeves will be doing, if they're going to discuss this with him, maybe it might be in one of the magazines like IGN or Entertainment Weekly, so we can get an idea what they're doing. Secondly, like I said, we don't know what's happening with Ben Affleck. We're not sure if he's definitely going to be behind the screen. I doubt he's going to be in the front now. Secondly, I don't know if they're going to do more of a younger Batman, whatever, but then the older version, if they're going to show any parts of him present day. I kind of felt, when John Hamm put it out there, hey, I would love to be considered. That would be great as him, more the playboy, Bruce Wayne will be nice. So if they're going to do more of the action with the younger version, then fine. I'm looking forward to them start casting soon. I mean, the script is almost done. Once the script done, then they can probably get down to it. I don't know if Matt has already some people potential. He's just keeping it very hush. That's a possibility. But I wonder if they're going to go with somebody who's known or go with more of a newcomer. It's going to be very interesting. That's why I said once this part's done, I'm looking forward to what's happening after fact. Who is going to be playing Bruce Wayne and also Batman? We need to know. And then also with Batman, who is it going to be? Is it going to be an older version or a younger version or maybe both? How is it going to look? I need to know. Give me more info. But I'm down for it. I will say this. It took a lot for me to really get behind Ben Affleck until I saw him in the midst of a scene that not to say got leaked, but was put out as a TV spot for the scene in the warehouse, which is sealed it for me. And I was really here for him until this crap's happening where all these little comments here and there. So it just looks like, it's kind of like a done deal for him. If anything, he'll be behind the scenes. I don't know if he's attached in regards to being still considered like a producer or something on the movie. I don't know, but Matt Reeves is taking control over that part and the script and all that and the directing part. So we just need to know who's playing the key role. And once we know that, I'll be happy. And then from there, knowing if they have a potential of a release date after now that we know that production will start next year or so. But yes, guys, moving on. Now, I did bring up this name all throughout, Birds of Prey. I can speak on it now. We have two people who are now going to be playing Huntress and Black Canary. And that is, let me get her full name right, Jernay Smollett Bell. And then we also have Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I'm excited. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she will be playing Huntress, and Jernay will be playing Black Canary. Now, I'm happy because I put out a full list, with some other names and other faces that were being tagged, as a possibility on the list of people that may be considered, but now they finally have made the decision. And I'm looking forward to seeing these two ladies do their thing in Birds of Prey. I'm excited for that. I'm loving that Margot Robbie is going full steam. I think she is a producer on this movie, and then she's putting some of that clout in there to get it done. And like I said earlier in the video, I'm wanting to see more female-led comic book superheroes. I'm excited. We've had many men, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like both. I don't mind seeing the men, and I like seeing the women do it. I don't feel like it should just be one or the other. And it's about time. It's so sad it has to take this long for them to consider this, but we're here now, and hopefully they just do them justice. The storyline's right. The people they pick, can make the portrayal look even better than what we envisioned. And then secondly, these directors that bring on who are females, I'm loving that as well. This is a great opportunity for them to flex their muscles behind the screen and show that you all, are in an area that you can definitely get the story and convey the story, just like how they do, let's say, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. I could go on. So I'm excited now. This is slated now. We have a date. I don't know if I said the date the last time I talked about this last week, but it's February 2020, and that's good. So that means we'll be definitely starting production soon. I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said earlier next year, January, February is production starting for Birds of Prey. I think once upon a time, Hollywood, Margot Robbie just finished up her part in that. So she definitely is probably getting ready to do this one. So yes, you guys, it's finally happening. Yay. Birds of Prey is finally going to start getting their stuff together to start doing a production. Oh my gosh, I look forward to seeing just seeing what they're going to bring. I wonder if they'll bring anything in regards to Comic-Con, just like a quick little 30-second tease on that. That would be nice. And then wait closer to the end of summer, fall to show us like an official. They might give us a teaser trailer then. And then we'll probably get an official one probably about this time, maybe September, October. And that should be fine. I won't watch anything from that. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to see anything. Just show me that and I'll be good. I try my darnest, you guys, not to watch anything that's a TV spot or more than 2 trailers, and now let's leave it alone. I don't want you giving me everything away like that. I say that enough, that it's redundant, but I honor that. That's just how I feel. So, speaking of female-led comic book characters, Wonder Woman. Now we're getting more information about certain cast members for Pedro Pascal. I'm excited because now we find out he is going to be playing the character Maxwell Lord. I'm not familiar with this one, so of course you already know I have to do my research on him. But I'm looking forward to it. I don't know too much about it. They say he plays a powerful businessman, in the DC Comics. Now, supposedly he has some sort of powers, whatever, and all that in regards to psychic powers, but they're not going to be dabbling in that so much. So they said they're going to say, reportedly, I'm hearing he will definitely have ties to the Greek gods in some way, though. So that's just enough, to get some people excited and intrigued, even if they know the potential of what Maxwell Lord can do. I like Pedro Pascal. Like I said before, he is a great actor. He's been in many things that I love. I'm looking forward to him being in this. You already have another person of male influence that's coming back, which is Chris Pine. I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to be enthralled into Wonder Woman 1984. That's going to be exciting. But this cast is coming together. I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to knowing more about Natasha Rothwell's character. Is really under wraps right now. I have yet to know what she's doing. We already know what Kristen Wiig is doing. I'm here for Cheetah. Can't wait to know about Cheetah. I want to see her in her full Cheetah. Oh my God, I can't wait for them to spill something. I know we have a little ways to go, but my God, I pray Patty does her thing, what I know she's going to do. Patty, please, I can't wait for a teaser trailer around Comic-Con time. Oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So, but yes, you guys, that's all I have on the news on Pedro Pascal. I just wanted to throw it out there. But like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing him in full costume. I saw a couple of the pictures, for the animation of Maxwell's, and looking forward to him looking very regal, business-like, whichever and all that, with the slick down hair. I don't know if he's going to have his little trademark little mustache he likes to wear every now and then, but it's going to be good to see that. Moving on. Now, this is something I'm not fully aware of, but I wanted to discuss this, but I'm excited about the casting on this one. This one has me definitely excited, and that is this movie called, from Sony, Monster House. Now, this is based off of a video game, and I had to write it down, where they gather resources and craft weapons and go on quests to slay monsters. Something I can get into. Look like I'm going to enjoy that. The cast on this, let me go ahead and prep that. Ron Perlman, T.I., and Tony Jaa are attached to this movie. Right there was all I needed to know. Honestly, I don't have to say anymore. I will be on board. I'm looking forward to seeing it. The person as the director is Paul W.S. Anderson. He's attached as director, and I think they stated that his wife Mila Jovovich will be attached in some way as well. I'm excited about them working paired together, being a part of this. I'm excited to see Ron. I just love me some Ron Perlman. Oh my God, he is awesome. Oh, it just hurts me that he's not going to be in the new Hellboy, but let me focus. So let me kind of read off what they say according to this, for them being as Perlman is said to be playing a character named Admiral who leads the Hunter's crew, and Harris will be playing a sniper who goes by the name of Link. Not sure the character that Tony Jaa will be playing in this, because it's not, noted. At first it was just about Ron Perlman and T.I. being attached to this, but now word, of course, has come out that Tony Jaa is. I wish I'd had that information, because I would love to verify who it is. Now, anybody who's played this video game, if you want to comment below and let me know about the character you think he's portraying, by all means, knock yourself out. I have no problem, getting feedback or getting a critique of something I don't know. I welcome it. So knock that baby in the comment section and just tell me. Yes, he's playing roles he's just synonymous. Ron Perlman does not do any wrong in my eyes. He's been in many things that I've loved over the years. One of my favorites when he was in Blade 2. Of course, being on Sons of Anarchy, Hellboy. That's just to name a few. His plethora is so large. I can't say enough about him. T.I.'s doing his thing. He was, of course, in Ant-Man. Then being Ant-Man and the Wasp. I love that he's doing his thing in acting roles, whatever. I think he has some other things down the pike, but they're just not being discussed as of yet, because he's trying to stay busy. And he's getting a little bit more able to flex his muscles in the acting world, within Hollywood. And I'm loving it. He's doing pretty good. And he's very, good at it. Like when I saw him in the recent movie for Ant-Man, it was really done really well, his character, whichever. So it's just like he's becoming very, really good in front of the camera. He's doing his thing with him and all that. Is as if he's always been an actor. And I love like when he makes it look that believable that you can foresee it, whichever. But yes, I'm looking forward to knowing a little bit more about definitely the characters. Also want to know how Mila Jovovich is attached to this. I want to know if she's playing a particular character in this movie, an evil, character, villain, whatever. That would be nice. I love some Mila Jovovich as well. She's awesome. So yes, again, as I say, when I know more, you all know more. This is one right here that I'm looking forward to, and actually, it's a remake of a Korean horror zombie movie of sorts. It's called Train to Busan. I hope I'm saying that last name correctly on that. My apologies if I'm not. I wasn't aware of this one. I have never seen this one. I need to get on board with that. This came out back in, I think, 2016, so it's not that long ago, and that's really interesting because James Wan is being attached to do the American remake to this. I know a lot of us don't particularly care for that. I know some people weren't too happy when they did the remake of The Grudge. I personally enjoyed it. The original, well, of course, is always creepy, but the American one was just as good, and I'm excited for that. Now, for this one, it says Train to Busan was a popular South Korean horror movie released back in 2016, directed by Yeong Sang-ho. The film follows a group of people on a train who must fight to survive when there is a zombie virus outbreak inside of the train itself. Right there was all I needed to read when I noted this stuff from my notes, and I'm totally down for it. I'm looking forward to seeing this movie, the Korean one, and I'm going to look forward to seeing the American one. I'm definitely wanting to know who's going to be attached to this movie. Does not say anybody. It's just in the beginning stages of, okay, don't know James Wan. I'm hoping is directing this. That will make it even better. But knowing who are the actors who are going to be in this particular movie for the American version. So, yes, that I hope they play homage. Maybe some of the people from the actual original one for the Korean one will be in this one. That will be a really nice and really awesome, to respect the original one since they love it so much to make an American one. So I'm hoping for that. Fingers crossed. This stuff just came out earlier this week about this, and I'm excited about this because I have a couple of friends who I follow online, and they were literally so excited. One of them being Joseph, and I could tell he was totally on board with it. I read his thing on Twitter, so I'm looking forward to watching this. I need to ask him, what he thought about the original one, whichever. I love his feedback. He's awesome. Listen to him. He gets very involved with movies, whichever, and I love to see how he breaks it down with his feedback or talking about him in his Twitter or whatever and all that. Just want to give him a shout out because he's cool. He's cool peeps. So, but my last, and let me get if that's my last. Oh, almost done. One other one I wanted to discuss was Black Widow. Now, you all know I was excited when I heard that they're finally going to be eventually starting production on this, and I feel like Scarlett has waited her turn. It's long overdue, and here we are. I'm like, let's get this ball going. Let's get it done. Yes, she's going to get her Black Widow movie, her standalone movie, finally. Now, there's word about them saying, kind of giving you an idea of how it's going to be portrayed or where she's going to come in along the lines of her origin story, of how they're going to depict it. Word is out being rumored that it might be featured around Y2K. Now, I want to read what they said for this one. From this, they're saying the Y2K bug was a worldwide computer bug that was expected to happen at the turn of the new millennium. The anticipated problem stemmed from digital databases from programs using the last two digits calendar year, meaning 2000 rolling around from stuff going from 1900, whichever. Now they're claiming with Black Widow, the narrative will revolve around that makes sense considering she's too young when Y2K happened. They say perhaps it's one of those historical happenings in her life that led her to where she is when the movie picks up, or maybe that the threat is related to the mission she will have in the film. And that is true. These are just rumors. I'm looking forward to them giving us more information about her overall storyline for her standalone movie, because it's like the rumors are not going to do anything, but I love to have something to gauge it from. But I'm hoping instead of rumors, we get some actual facts in regards to her storyline. I want them to take their time. We waited all these years, damn near 10 years for her to finally have her movie. And I feel like if everyone else is doing it, we got, like I said, Captain Marvel, we have Birds of Prey, all these other different things that are coming out female-led, then I'm glad that they can do the same courtesy to her and give her her movie and make sure that storyline is great. I already know we're going to have good action. I'm not worried about that. I hope we see Nick Fury. I keep hearing little whispers, that, we might see Wonder Soldier, we might see Bug. I don't know how that's going to play, depending on, because, there is an age difference, whatever. He is definitely older, same thing as Captain America, so there's a possibility he might show up. I don't know. But I would love to see Nick Fury from her past, whatever, since she works closely with him as well. That would be nice. So, but yes, I'm looking forward to knowing more for this. And also, when is production going to start? We're not hearing any words on actually when it's going to start, per se. I want to know that, because then we'll know if this is going to be coming out like they claim 2020. That will be good, because there's not too many things that are showing that I've discussed over the last couple of weeks that's coming out in 2020 per se. So there are some different dates that they could snatch up for her, mainly maybe the summer. It'd be nice if this came out maybe June or July, or maybe at the end of August going into that, because that means there might not be that much good stuff coming out in August, September, so she can have that free reign, so the movie can be really seen. A lot of people can go out and support it, and it can do well at the box office. So, but yes, guys, I just wanted to bring that part into his, just to kind of throw it out there. You guys, what do you all think they could do with her particular storyline? That would be nice. But yeah, keep my tabs out on that, whichever, and hopefully we'll know more about that. I have one more order of story to discuss. Now, this is not a movie. This is mostly television, but I want to discuss it. I almost wish it was a movie that turned into television if it was a remake, but it is Swamp Thing. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I want to say 2 weeks. Was it last week? It might have been last week. With certain people coming on board who have been cast. Derek Mears. We have Crystal Reed. Now we have somebody who's being added to this list, and her name is Jennifer Beals. I'm excited because I love her. My love goes back to Flashdance. Yes, I am biased. I just think she's awesome. Also, she's supposed to be playing the local sheriff. This will be a recurring role, so that is fine. So that means, she's working on other shows, whatever, and that's great. I love when some people can, do other shows. I don't feel like they're only, contractually bound to do one show. They can be all over the place and do a couple of things. So I love that they leave it open for her not to be on every episode, but she's gonna be on just enough where she's coming around when certain events are happening or deaths or stuff like that. All that good creepy stuff. So, but yes, I'm excited for this, you all. I am looking forward to Swamp Thing. When I discussed this last week, we were talking about the amount of gore, everything about this, how it's going to just be discussed, and they're going to hold back. Please don't, because a lot of shows that do, because it depends on also how they're going to do this particular one. I don't know if this is going to be one of those ones that's going to be on a stream service, or if this is going to be on an actual network. I think I stated it was supposed to be a stream service. I had to pay money to do that. I mean, we all do that right now with a lot of these different, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, whatever. It is what it is. If I like it enough and they do it well enough when they give us a good teaser or trailer of this maybe next year, because they claimed it's supposed to be sometime springtime, whatever. This is supposed to be coming out for us to see for the masses, whatever. Then we'll probably get something maybe January, February, and then by April, May, it should be, out for us to all watch, whatever. Then so be it. I'm down for it. I wish it was like Netflix where all of them come out, they stream it as all episodes. I'm like, please, God, I hope they do it like that. So, but yes, I'm looking forward to this. I'm happy. Welcome aboard, Jennifer Beals. I'm loving seeing her doing more work and seeing her in more things, and I'm looking forward to seeing the creepiness of Derek Mears, in full swamp costume, and I'm looking forward to seeing Crystal Reed do her thing as well. I love this casting of this. It looks like it's going to be awesome, and kudos to Crystal. I'm loving seeing her in other things. She's a great actress. She pulled her chops when she did Teen Wolf, and that made me really keep my eye on her, so I'm loving that she got picked up for this, even though before this she's been doing, quite a few episodes when she was on Gotham show on Fox, but she's doing her thing, and I'm excited for her. So, but with that said, you guys, that is all of my movie news. I hope you guys just comment below on anything I discuss, anything you have any ideas, feedback on, anything you want to discuss. I really want to know what you all feel about these delayed releases. Please tell me what you all think. I mean, I'm still in my feelings about that Leader Battle Angel, because I was so hyped ready to see that for December. I gotta be patient for a couple of more months. It is what it is. I am patient, but not always the ones you really want to see. The other stuff I was fine with, but that one really, really, I'm gonna tell you like this: that press better be on lock. That press junk, it better be on point. So, but anyway, enough of my rant at the end, beginning and the end. So, but yes, you guys, like I said, comment below. Let me know what you all think. And as I always say, I will see you guys on the next movie news. You guys take care.